Welcome to my class today. Today I will try my level best to finish the story. That is the last part of the story, The Eyes Habit. The Eyes Habit. By Ruskin Bond. Here in my previous class, you read that the narrator was tempting, or the narrator was feeling tempted to do something. Though the girl departed the train or left the train, the narrator was feeling tempted to do something. Here the girl departed, but the narrator was feeling the scent or aroma or perfume lingering still in the place where the girl had stood. You have read it, but now today I will discuss the last part of the story and you will listen to the story, or you will listen to me, I hope. Now, there was some confusion in the doorway. A man getting into the compartment stammered an apology. Then the door banged and the world was shut out again. I returned to my berth. The guard blew his whistle and we moved off. Once again, I had a game to play and a new fellow traveler. Now, there was some confusion in the doorway. There was some confusion. Confusion means disorder or chaos. There was some confusion. There was some disorder or chaos. Disorder or chaos. Disorder or chaos. CHAOS. Here. In the doorway, in the way through the door, there was some disorder or chaos. In the doorway, in the way through the door, a man getting into the compartment, a man who was getting into the compartment stammered an apology. A man who was getting into the compartment stammered an apology. Getting into means stepping into or coming in. Stepping into. STEPPIN. Stepping into or coming in. Or coming in the compartment. Coming in the compartment. The man who got into the compartment stammered an apology. Stammered means spoke indistinctly. Spoke. SPOKE. Spoke indistinctly. INDISTINCTLY. Spoke indistinctly. Stammered an apology. Apology means pardon. 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 Pardon means a statement of regret for having done wrong. A statement of regret. Pardon means apology. What is pardon? This is a statement of regret for having done wrong. Then the door banged and the world was shut out again. Then the door banged. Banged means shut or closed with a loud noise. Shut or closed. Shut or closed with a loud noise. Shut or closed with a loud noise or sound. Banged. The door banged and the world here refers to everything. Everything was shut out again. Shut out means kept out. Shut out, kept out, blocked. Everything was blocked. After the door banged. After the door being banged, the world was kept out. Shut out again. Shut out means kept out. Kept out. Or blocked. B-L-O-C-K-E-D. Blocked. Shut out means kept out or blocked. Everything was kept out, shut out, blocked. Then the door banged and the world was shut out again. The door having been banged. Then the door having banged, the world was shut out again. I returned to my berth. Returned means came back. Came back. C-A-M-E, came back. I came back to my berth. Berth means bunk. Bunk, B-U-N-K, bunk. The place called sleeping in the compartment. Bunk. I returned to my berth. The narrator came back to his bunk. The guard blew his whistle and we moved off. The guard blew his whistle and we moved off. The guard blew his whistle. Whistle means high-pitched sound made by the engine. Whistle means high-pitched or shrill sound. High-pitched or shrill, S-H-R-I-L-L, shrill sound made by the engine, E-N-G-I-N. The guard blew his whistle and we moved off. Moved off means started journey, left or started journey, S-T-A-R-T-E-D, started journey, J-O-U-R-N-E-Y, journey. That is, now in the sentence you see that we moved off. Who are we referred to here? The narrator along with the man who got into the compartment before stammering an apology. The new traveling companion just after the departure of the girl. A man just after the departure of the girl entered into the compartment or came into the compartment. The narrator and the new fellow traveler or traveling companion were we referred to here. Once again I had a game to play. Once again I had a game to play and a new fellow traveler. Once again I had a game to play and a new fellow traveler. Once again the narrator had a game. Game here refers to trick or secret clever plan. Trick or secret plan. Secret clever plan. T-R-I-C-K, trick or secret clever plan. Secret, clever plan. Once again, what does the phrase once again indicate here? You have seen that the narrator played a game with the girl. Just after the girl had entered into the compartment, just after getting up into the compartment of the train, the narrator had played a game with the girl. Game here refers to the trick. What is the trick referred to here? The game refers to prevent his blindness from the girl. The game. Once again, I had a game to play and a new fellow traveler. The game here refers to the deception or secret plan or trick. The narrator played a game of deception, played a trick of deception with the girl, and in the same way, the narrator here tried his level best with the new companion, traveling companion, in the same way as he had done. The train had gathered speed. I had a game to play and a new fellow traveler. Here, and a new fellow traveler. New fellow traveler here means the traveling companion, new traveling companion just after the girl had departed the train, left the train. The game here refers to the narrator's secret plan or trick to deceive others. That is, it is the deception. It is the deception of keeping his blindness secret from anybody. First from the girl and then from the new traveler, new traveling companion. In this way, the narrator played a new game with the new traveler or traveling companion in this way. The train gathered speed. Gathered means gained. Gained. G-A-I-N-E-D. Gained speed. Speed means motion. M-O-T-I-O-N. Motion. The train gathered speed. The wheels took up their song. The wheels took up. Took up means began or started. Took up means began or started. Began or started. Began or started their song. Song means rhythmic sound leading to melody. Song here refers to rhythmic sound leading to melody. R-H-Y-T-H-M-I-C. Rhythmic sound leading to melody. Melody. Song. That is the song of the wheels. The wheels took up their song. The carriage groaned and shook. The train gathered speed, gained speed, motion. The wheels took up their song. The carriage groaned. The carriage here, compartment. The compartment groaned. Groaned means made deep wailing sound or noise. Made a deep wailing sound. Made a deep wailing, W-A-I-L-I-N-G. Made a deep wailing sound or noise, N-O-I-S-E. Made a deep wailing sound or noise. Made a deep wailing sound or noise. The train gathered speed, the wheels took up their song, the carriage groaned and shook. I found the window. I found the window and sat in front of it. Found means saw the window. The narrator saw the window and sat in front of the window. Sat in front of it means in front of it. It here refers to the window. Staring into the daylight. Staring means gazing or looking fixedly. Gazing, gazing or looking fixedly or looking fixedly, fixedly, looking fixedly out of the window. The narrator was gazing or gazing or looking fixedly outside the window. Outside the window, the narrator was staring into the daylight, gazing into the daylight. That was darkness for me. That was darkness for the narrator. The train gathered speed. Now you see that in this paragraph, the narrator here played a new game with the new traveling companion in this way. He tried his level best to keep his blindness secret, not to reveal his blindness. That is, he was always trying his level best to keep his blindness from others in this way. First from the girl and then from the new fellow traveler or traveling companion. He saw the window and sat in front of the window, staring into the daylight. That was darkness for the narrator. Daylight, that was darkness for the narrator. Why was the daylight darkness for the narrator? The narrator was blind. To a blind person, the light seemed to be dark. So the daylight, or when the narrator was gazing fixedly or looking fixedly into the daylight, it was darkness for the narrator. So many things were happening outside the window. So many things were happening. Happening means taking place. Happening means taking place. Happening means taking place. So many things were happening outside the window. The narrator was looking outside the window, gazing into the daylight. Then the narrator imagined what was happening outside the window. So many things were happening, taking place outside the window. It could be a fascinating game, guessing what went on out there. It could be a fascinating game. What could be a fascinating game? Guessing what went on out there could be a fascinating game. It could be a fascinating game. Guessing. To guess what went on outside could be a fascinating game. Fascinating game means charming game. Alluring, charming. CHARMING, charming or alluring. ALLURING, alluring game. Charming or alluring. Game means trick. It could be a fascinating game. Guessing means speculating. Speculating. SPECULATING, speculating. Or making a conjecture. Making a conjecture. CONJECTURE. Making a conjecture. Speculating or making a conjecture. Guessing what went on outside. The man who had entered the compartment broke into my river. That is, when the narrator was gazing into the daylight, outside the window, he was imagining, he was in the speculation, what went on out there, outside the window. At that very moment, the man who had entered the compartment or entered the carriage broke into his reverie. Broke into means entered by force. Broke into means entered by force. E-N-T-E-R-E-D. Entered by force. Entered by force. Broke into means entered by force into my reverie. My reverie. Reverie means daydream. 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 Reverie. That was, the narrator was in the speculation of what went on or continued outside when he was engaged in looking outside of the window. He was guessing what continued out there. Continued. What went on. Went on means continued. Continued. C-O-N-T-I-N-U-E-D. Continued. Till now. Now, you must be disappointed. Disappointed means frustrated, sad, dejected, pensive, frustrated. Frustrated. F-R-U-S-T-R-A-T-D. Frustrated. Disappointed. You must be disappointed. You must be frustrated. You must be sad. You must be sad. Pensive. P-E-N-S-I-V. Pensive. You must be pensive. You must be dejected. D-E-J-E-C-T-E-D. Dejected. You must be dejected. You must be disappointed. You must be frustrated. Who said this? The new fellow traveler. The new traveling companion said this. Whom did he say this? He said this to the narrator. You must be disappointed or frustrated. I am not nearly as attractive a traveling companion as the one who just left. I am not nearly as attractive a traveling companion as the one who just left. I am not nearly as attractive a traveling companion. Who is I referred to here? Who is I referred to here? I referred to here is the new traveling companion, new fellow traveler of the narrator. I am not nearly as attractive. Attractive means captivating, interesting, captivating. C-A-P-T-I-V-A-T-I-N-G. Captivating. Captivating. I am not nearly as attractive a traveling companion. Traveling companion means fellow traveler. Fellow traveler. T-R-A-V-E-L-L-E-R. Fellow traveler. The fellow traveler refers to the new traveling companion of the narrator. He said to the narrator that he was not nearly so attractive a traveling companion as the one who just left. As the one. Who is the one referred to here? Who is the one referred to here? Who is the one referred to here? R-E-F-E-R-R-E-D. Who is the one referred to here? Who is the one? One referred to here, according to the description of the new traveling companion, was the girl who had just left the train. Just after leaving the train, the new traveling companion had entered into the compartment, and he said to the narrator that he was not nearly so attractive a traveling companion as the girl who had just left, who had just departed. Left means departed. departed. Who had just departed. She was an interesting girl. Then the narrator said, I said, she was an interesting girl. Who said this and to whom? In this way, the question may be said. Who said this and to whom? When did the speaker say this? She was an interesting girl. Who was she referred to here? She referred to here was the girl who had just left the train, who had just departed the train. She was an interesting girl. She was a girl that caused curiosity. She was an interesting girl. She was a girl that caused curiosity. Interesting means causing curiosity. 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 Causing curiosity. Interesting means causing curiosity. The girl caused curiosity. So the girl is called interesting girl. I said, can you tell me, did she keep her hair long or short? Then the narrator asked the new traveling companion if she could tell him if she had kept her hair long or short. The narrator imagined how the girl wore her hair, long or short. How the girl kept her hair. The narrator imagined. But here, just after the entrance of the new traveling companion into the compartment of the train, the narrator asked him if he could tell the narrator if she had kept her hair long or short. This curiosity about the girl's hair was still lingering in the heart of the narrator, so he could not suppress his desire to know the girl's beauty, the girl's hair, how he kept her hair. He asked the new companion, fellow traveler, whether she had kept her hair long or short. I don't remember. Remember means recall or call up. Remember means call up. Remember means call up or recapitulate. He said, sounding puzzled. Sounding puzzled. Sounding means pronouncing or uttering puzzled. Puzzled means confused. Confused. C-O-N-F-U-S-E-D. Confused. Or perplexed. P-E-R-P-L-E-X-E-D. Perplexed. Confused or perplexed. Sounding puzzled. Pronouncing or uttering puzzled. Sounding means pronouncing. P-R-O-N-O-U-N-C-I-N-G. Pronouncing or uttering. Uttering puzzled or perplexed or confused. He said that he did not remember how the girl kept her hair. It was her eyes I noticed, not her hair. Then the new traveling companion told the narrator that it had been her eyes he had noticed, not her hair. She had beautiful eyes. Then the narrator described the eyes of the girl. The narrator did not have any idea how the eyes of the girl were. But here the new traveling companion or fellow traveler told the narrator or described the beauty of the eyes of the girl. She had beautiful eyes. The girl had beautiful eyes. That is, the girl had eyes which had beauty. But they were of no use to her. They were of no use to her. Who are they or what are they referred to here? They referred to here are the eyes of the girl. They were of no use. They were of no use to her. That is, they were not useful to the girl. Though the eyes of the girl had beauty, they did not have any use to the girl. They were not useful to the girl. She was completely blind because the girl was completely blind. Didn't you notice? Here, in this paragraph or in the last part of the story, you see that the third passenger, that is the new traveling companion, made his way into the compartment in the midst of confusion. The train left the station or moved off or started its journey. The narrator thought of playing the game of deception with the new traveling companion, just he had played in the same way with the girl who had just left the train. The narrator thought of playing the art of deception with the new fellow traveler. He stared out of the window into the daylight, which was darkness for the narrator, but the man broke into his reverie. The man broke into his daydream and told that he was not so attractive a traveling companion as the girl who had just left the train. But the new passenger, then the narrator had the curiosity about the girls here, and so naturally